Hey guys, today we are going to be talking about specific. Okay, I'm gonna just get straight to it. About Dominican hair salons and just anybody who's not really focused on hair care in itself. So right now, y'all see me trimming the hair. I didn't show y'all the press or anything or the blow dry because I always show y'all that. And the main point of this video is to talk to y'all about the Dominican hair salons and people who are uneducated or just simply do not care about hair care. So this client of mine, she was a new client and she wanted to grow her hair. As y'all can see, her hair is pretty long now, but if y'all would have seen it when it was wet, it's stringy, and she had a lot of broken off pieces in the middle, which is why I'm going in and I'm cutting her hair like this. I'm doing it this way just because that way when we do allow her hair to grow, the way it'll grow in, it'll be a little bit more seamless, and it won't be so stringy with holes at the bottom and things of that nature. She said that when she went to the Dominican hair salon, basically what had happened was they put a chemical relaxer in her hair without her knowing. Now, this is typical. I live in Baltimore. I don't know where y'all live at, but in Baltimore, this is very typical for Dominican hair salons to put relaxer in like the conditioner or whatever, or put relaxer in people's hair without knowing or without their consent. And then they try to tell you, oh, it's a treatment, it's a smoothing treatment, X, Y, and Z. This will make your hair easier to manage. And that could not be farther from the truth. What'll make your hair easier to manage is if you following a hair care regimen, trimming off what needs to be trimmed, and going to the salon at least visiting every 2 to 3 months. That is what will make your hair more manageable, and you using the right products when you're at home. Um, just be mindful. This is really just a video to tell y'all to be mindful of what goes on in certain hair salons. Go to somebody that tells you the truth, y'all. It's nothing like, you may not want to hear it, but it's nothing like somebody who tells you the truth about your hair. With this client in particular, she said she didn't want to cut everything off. I said, fine, we're going to get most of it off. I'm going to give you a nice cut that will produce some length retention by the time you come again. But when you come again next month, it's going to be the same thing. We're going to trim it off until eventually your hair is completely healthy. We don't need to trim anything else off, and then we'll just go in with the routine cutting and the routine trim, and that will be every 3 months or so. And y'all can see me do a detailed trim right here. And then as y'all can see in the front, when I pull her front up, she has a lot of breakage in there, so I went in and I detailed that up too. And we are just going in and giving her a really, really, really nice trim, so that way we're over directing a little bit. That way when she comes back, it'll be easier. And it's not like she's cutting a whole bunch off. She's going to have to cut a little bit more off because she didn't cut everything that needed to go today. But the point is that she's starting, y'all. And all it takes is to start. I usually tell people, just get it over with, cut it off. Deal with the little cut that you don't want for a minute. Maybe go without styles that you don't like, or go without styles that you really love for a few, because those few months of uncomfortability will set you up for hair success, as long as you do what you need to do and keep it up for the long run, y'all. And that's what we really want. We want long-term sustainability. So I'm going to talk now about some red flags. Red flags is the stylist does not tell you or show you what she is using. Another red flag is the stylist does not educate you and explain to you why she is doing the things that you're doing. Another red flag is if the stylist only wash your hair twice. So if the stylist only wash your hair twice, run. If the stylist doesn't use at least 2 different shampoos on your hair, run. If your stylist does not take a picture and show you exactly what needs to be cut and tell you exactly why and tells you what's going on with your hair, run. Y'all, these are imperative, especially if you're going to a stylist for the purpose of wanting them to grow your hair. All of these things have to be touched on. If the stylist isn't knowledgeable about products, run. You need to be asking, what what should I be using on my hair? How often should I be using it? What do I need? What don't I need? If a stylist tells you to use a protein treatment every wash day, every other week, you need to run. If a stylist doesn't tell you to balance out your moisture and your protein on wash day, you need to run. These are all imperative things on with a stylist that intends to grow your hair. If your stylist tells you, oh yeah, it's okay to put heat on your hair once a week, you need to run. Blow drying, okay, cool. I can get with the blow drying a little bit, X, Y, and Z, but you should not be silk pressing your hair every week. You should not be having protective styles and um 24 24/7 all year round. If somebody tells you to do that, no, you need to run. You should have low manipulation styles. Low manipulation styles are going to get you to where you need to go. The less manipulation you have on your hair, the better length retention that you're going to get. Even for my clients already know, if you get in a silk press once a month, okay, you can get a silk press once a month if you want to then be a straight natural and that's your primary goal. However, it's just going to take you slightly longer than the next person to get there, because while silk presses don't have a whole bunch of manipulation, y'all, and it's not like um like you don't have to do things, like all you're doing, as much as you're doing, is just gonna be you wrapping your hair every day. It still calls for some manipulation day to day. That's why I tell other people all the time, the natural hair girlies, being wearing your hair natural, doing wash and goes and having to touch up your hair every day is not the greatest way to gain length retention, because you have to do something to your hair 24/7. It's all about balance. It's all about balancing the protective styles out, the natural styles out, and the presses out to get the most out of your length retention journey. Not to say, like I said, I have some clients that just prefer to wear their hair out year round, and that is fine. You just have to know your goals, and you have to know what you are and are not willing to do to achieve those goals. Like me, for a while, I was like, oh no, I'm not giving up sew-ins. I'm not doing that. And granted, no, I didn't give up sew-ins, but I do not do them all year round anymore because it's just not sustainable. It's just not part of where I'm trying to go. Using that much heat on one part of your hair, it causes breakage, it causes this, it causes that. And yes, you can do it in a healthy way, but if we're being real, most people touch up their leave out almost every day. Most people touch up their leave out at least once a week, and that is just unsustainable. So now I might do a sew in every other month, only keep it in for a month, and I have to switch my part every time I get a sew in. It's just that simple. Because I want to see length retention. It's just I know what I am and what I'm not willing to do to get it, and I know what I am and am not willing to do in order to achieve those goals, and what I'm comfortable with as a human, and I'm okay with going without for the end goal, which is to grow my hair, thicken my hair up. Um, and then if y'all want, that's really my rant for the day. I just wanted y'all to be mindful of people who try to put things in your hair that you are not comfortable with. I want y'all to be able to speak up for yourself and truly, truly, truly get to your hair goals. If y'all want me to make a video on things I recommend in order to grow your hair, some Ayurvedic techniques and things like that, then we can go ahead and do that, and I will see y'all in the next video. Young girl, no one that back calling me splurge. Let me drop right off the curb. Bet this fly like a bird. Spin on the first and the third. Solid, I'm keeping my word. Check me my equal, I don't know what you heard. Crank up the foreign, I swear. Keep me a stick if they purge. Young girl, no one that they working my nerves. I'm about to pause a serve. Fucking this bitch like a perm. Smack from the back of a perm. I
Ice, the bird, shitting on all you little turds. Can't take that, wait your turn. In my own lane, we can't merge. So with no hands, you can learn. Let's see how much you can earn. Why me go big like the worm? And I ain't smoking no shirt. I'm in the beat with P-Litty. QP skin. I love my bitches, it's pretty. They showing their titties, it's up to the ceiling. Holla, I run through a million. I rock with a really, let's stuck on a billion. I'ma get down to the gritty, then fuck up the city, the home of the villains. Ecstasy, wonderful feeling. Smoke out the pound when I'm chillin'. Trappin', I made me a killer. Look, I got everybody wishing. I hope you play your position. I don't want nobody listening. I see the whole precision. Get rich my only decision. Don't got no one that back calling me splurge. Find me jump right off the curb. Make this rap fly like a bird. Spin on the first and the third. Solid, I'm keeping my word. Can't be my equal, I don't know what you heard. Crank up the foreign, I swear. Keep me a stick if they purge. Shitting on all you little turds. Can't take that, wait your turn. In my own lane, we can't merge. So with no hands, you can learn. Let's see how much you can earn. Why me go big like the worm? And I ain't smoking no shirt. I'm in the beat with P-Litty. QP skin. I love my bitches, it's pretty. They showing their titties, it's up to the ceiling. Holla, I run through a million. I rock with a really, let's stuck on a billion. I'ma get down to the gritty, then fuck up the city, the home of the villains. Keep me a stick if they purge.